The whitetail deer is America's favorite big game animal, and whitetail deer farming is the fastest growing segment in the American agriculture industry. Our program's mission is to dive into the world of deer farming and discover why tens of thousands of Americans compete to create the biggest bucks in the world. And by the biggest bucks, we don't just mean the size of the antlers. The financial investment opportunities produced even on small parcels of rural land will blow you away. Join me as we discover how whitetail genetics, deer auctions, animal husbandry, and so much more drive the deer farming industry. My name is Keith Warren, and this is Deer and Wildlife Stories. So this week, Deer and Wildlife Stories comes to you from just outside of Bastrop, Texas. There's a little town called Page, and at the very end of a long dirt road, you'll find the Keeper Ranch.
My name is Bryant Kern. I'm out here at Keeper Ranch. I'm the deer pen manager. So out here at Keeper Ranch, we have about a 1,300 acre property. And then within that, we have about 25 acres of pens. Those pens are comprised of 18 whitetail and then also 9 fallow pens. This is the second time Keith's been out to our place, and for whatever reason, luck may have you. Luckily today we're out here and we're knocking down a fallow that we're going to be transporting to someone today. And luckily Keith came here in time to catch it, and so we're going to head on out and go ahead and take care of this fallow.
What we wound up doing, we went to the pens and he loaded up the dart, and then he had to actually pick out the buck that he's partners with this other farmer on. He sends a dart into that animal, and it takes about 15 minutes for the anesthesia to go to work and the animal's asleep. So once he was asleep, the first thing we did was inspect him, make sure he put a mask on him to protect his eyes and all, get him calmed down and get him in a good position, and put some lactated ringers in him. Basically, that's the same thing that humans wind up getting. You'll see them in surgery rooms. So it's a bag of fluids. It's to prevent dehydration. They're going to go ahead and give him some other meds while he's down. And then Brian actually showed me how to score a fallow deer. It's kind of difficult for me to understand how to score them, but when he's showing me on the ground, it's like, now I understand how to do it. It's pretty cool. And this particular buck, it's a 3-year-old. So he wound up showing me that, and the next thing was cut the antlers off of him and then move him up to the deer barn, carry him in. He's sedated, of course, and then give him a reversal shot, and he'll wake up and he's going to be held in a stall, and then the partner's going to come pick him up later this evening and take him over to his place. He'll be used as a breeder.
The reason we got into the fallow deer, honestly, was just random luck. We had bought this place in 2017, and along with that came 17 does in a fallow breeding program, along with a buck named Thunderstruck. And ever since then, it's been one of the greatest things that has happened to us. We've expanded that program a lot to about 125 females. We've been blessed with bullwinkle, blades, game changer, all coming out of our stock. And you know, for us, it's our safety net. We've always believed that we need to raise another species besides whitetail, and for us, the fallow deer are the only thing that's comparable. They have 3 color variations, and also at the same time, every single one of them looks different. And to me, they're the only other deer species out there that compares to a whitetail.
So my experience with fallow deer really is only on the perspective of being a hunter. I mean, I've hunted fallow deer in lots of different places and taken some that I thought were pretty nice, but never taken anything really big. And there hadn't been a lot of emphasis put on trophy class fallow deer lately. But about the last 4 or 5 years, something changed, and now there's a real big emphasis on growing trophy-sized fallow deer, and it all starts on a deer farm. So the fallow deer market is an up-and-coming market, big time, especially in Texas, and it's for that reason that the North American Deer Registry has now come up with a fallow deer registry. It's really important. I mean, they started early to get all this data because they're going to be able to build a very detailed database that's going to help deer breeders breed strategically to grow the biggest trophy, healthy animals they can. Now it's time for one of our frequently asked questions.
The question comes up about fair chase, and a lot of times people are talking about enclosures, fenced-in areas. Are they truly fair chase? Pennsylvania, a wonderful state, which I love, we have just a little under 1 million hunters. If you take the land mass amount of acreage in Pennsylvania and you divide it by the amount of hunters, you have roughly about 8 to 10 acres per hunter. When you come into a preserve, different preserves around, there's usually not more than 2 or 3 people hunting there. You may be hunting on 1,000 plus acres. If you was a deer, would you rather be out there where there's 100 per 8 acres? Or would you rather be out there where there's 100 per 400 acres possibly? These animals are just as wild as ones in the wild. The difference is that a fence allows them to not get shot, it allows them to mature into an older age.
The Deer Farming Channel is brought to you in part by New Dart, leading the industry in accuracy. So I can tell immediately from looking at it, you've got a lot more fallow deer this year. And is it because y'all wound up and bought a bunch of them, or did you breed these guys up?
We brought in a bunch of does, and you know, a lot of this has just been breeding up as well.
What blows my mind is how gentle fallow deer are. I mean, look at these guys. When these guys are, I mean, they're gentle. White-tailed deer, for the most part, are skittish and all, but these are gentle. Their demeanor is good, and then they're just calm and hanging out.
Yep. That's one thing we love about them. Hardy, calm. Don't ever have to bottle raise, and they'll come within 5 feet of you.
And health-wise, let's talk about health issues compared to white-tailed deer. Are they easier to raise than white-tailed deer?
100%.
Listen to that.
100%. You never have an issue with them. I've been here 2 years now, and I bet you I've had to knock down 2 or 3.
Wow. And that's a good thing. I mean, we all want healthy animals, so clearly they're pretty hardy.
For us, our main focus is kind of, when you look at a fallow, we want them to be able to, we want them so that you see their antler growth. You know, most fallow, you look at them straight on and they're kind of just straight up facing towards you. We want that turn look where the antler is facing you and you can see everything that's going on.
That guy's got, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, so in other words, it's the look.
Yeah.
I mean, you're wanting the look on them, just like, well, white-tailed deer. Of course, we want long beams and long tines and mass and everything else, but it all comes down to the look and really not necessarily the score. But let's address your market. Who's buying fallow deer, why, and where are these going to go?
So right now, it's really all been genetic stock. We've been selling everything as breeders, just again because this market's kind of in its infancy. I mean, it's been around for years, but as far as the breeding with genetics and all that stuff, it's kind of in its infancy. And so basically all of our stuff has been sold either to whitetail breeders that decided to get into fallow, or just people that already have fallow and they're raising them and just want to get into raising bigger stock. So almost all of these guys in here, they're going to end up in somebody's breeding pens.
Okay, why would a whitetail breeder want to change over to go with fallow? I know that there's going to be a lot of people who want to start raising fallow. There's going to be a lot of people watching the show that go, why would a whitetail guy do that? And I mean, I know why, but you need to tell them why.
So I think for us, the fallow deer, they're the only ones that are comparable to whitetail, but also don't have Texas parks involved.
Right.
You can move these guys freely from pasture to pen.
From state to
from
state?
From state to state for the most part. You know, do anything you want with them and you don't got to worry about regulations. And not only that, with the color variation and the difference in their antlers, I mean, you can just see it right in this pen. How many bucks have different antlers?
Yeah, every one of them looks
different look.
Yes.
And that's where, you know, we truly feel in the future that at some point in time, you know, Texas Parks just keeps going and going, and at some point in time, that fallow market, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be doing great. We're gonna start selling bucks out on the ranch based off of score rather than right now where it's just, hey, that one's $4,500 and so is that one.
Yeah, and see what happened. Fallow deer were brought here, golly, a long time ago, and for the most part, out in these pastures, these ranches that they propagated and they've done very well, and they have to hunt them. A big fallow deer doesn't look like any of these guys. I mean, the reason why is because they haven't pushed the genetics. They just shoot them.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I look at all the years that I've gone back and I've actually hunted fallow deer. I mean, they're like, there's nothing compared to these guys. And so what's happening is this is in its infancy. Now, 30 years from now or whatever, I think you're going to see deer like these right here on different people's ranches, okay?
Yeah.
And the reason why is because what's going on places like Keeper Ranch. Okay, so if somebody wants more information, what do they need to do?
They need to go ahead and give me a call at 979-213-2282.
All right, when we get back from the break, we're going to show some whitetail deer off to you here at the Keeper Ranch. You know, it's kind of funny, 2 years ago when you got hired to come on down here, you had no idea that you're going to be this deeply involved with the fallow.
Yeah, no idea at all, no idea.
When we get back from the break, we're going to show you what he was supposed to be deeply involved with and still is. I first met Bryant up in Missouri when he was working for a fellow up there by the name of Kevin Grace. And Bryant is very knowledgeable about the deer industry. And so a couple of years ago, he wound up taking the job here at Keeper Ranch. And his job was primarily to build the whitetail deer herd. All right, so last year we were out here and you didn't have this many bucks, I don't think. But these are, what, 2 and 3 year olds?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So tell me, you got 2 different color tags in here. The white tags right there look older than these orange tags here, so.
Yep. So the white tags are our 3-year-old group, and then the orange tags are our 2-year-olds.
Okay, so anybody in particular you want to point out in here?
And they're just all around. They're just a great looking group of deer. There's nobody really in particular. Just a good looking group. A lot of these are going to go as stalkers, and you know, a couple of them we're hoping at 3 they might blow up into some breeding potential. But you know, when we first started, we started out with the first year we found out about 20 does, and we ended up with basically eight genetic bucks. And you know, you can see that group in here. And this year now we've went from that to where we have about 60 yearlings.
Okay. All right, so we'll show you the yearlings here in a little bit, but I want to point something out. They have not been breeding deer here. Now, Bryant's been here 2 years, and Green has been in the breeding business for how many years?
It was about 2.5.
Okay, so what happened is to start in the breeding business, you got to get your stock from somewhere, and Green went out and he bought deer. So he bought the moms to these guys.
Yeah.
Okay, and the moms, I guess, are here. They've been here at one time because these were all born here.
Yep.
Okay, and so what happens, you got to start somewhere. It's just like what we talked about with the fallow registry. You got to start somewhere. Unless you have data to go by, you have no idea what you've got. So he started out, he bought the does, okay, these guys' moms, and they've all got great pedigrees. All of them are in the registry, and they've all got great pedigrees.
Yep.
But it's like until you breed, you really don't know what you're going to get. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. So we, you know, the first year we basically bred everything just based solely off of what we could figure out on paper. And now we've kind of switched gears. Now that we have a good group of yearlings and a group of 2-year-olds, we've switched to say, hey, what fits with this, but also adds the characteristics that we want. You know, if it needs more time length, if it needs more width, what do we need to put on that deer to just make better offspring?
Right. So as you start, you need to keep in mind that just because you have this deer on paper looks good and this deer on paper looks good, and you put them together, doesn't mean you're going to get what you want to get.
Yep, exactly.
I mean,
they don't always turn out.
It's got to be strategic. You've got to sit here and you've got to look at that and you go, okay, you got to look back far enough in the pedigree, and that's where the registry comes in so handy. But something else just as important is networking with other breeders.
Yeah.
For example, Landmark. We're gonna show you a deer here in a little bit. Landmark. We filmed him every year, and he's a beautiful deer. And he's in the registry, and you can take a look. And when you look in there, you see how many offspring he has.
Yeah.
Who's been breeding him. And that way, when you network with people and you look down this list, you think, okay, I can call so-and-so and ask him, what does that deer look like? What do he turn into? Okay, and that way it helps you make the best breeding decision. So it's not just off the paper. You've got to have the paper, but just because you have the paper doesn't mean that you're going to grow what you want to grow. So you've got to make strategic decisions, and networking, I think, is a very important part of it. So, okay, we mentioned Landmark to you. Landmark is in a pen right over there. He's 5 this year?
Yep, he's 5 this year.
Okay, and I've been hearing from everybody, he's pretty. So let's go see him right now. Now some great information on fencing from our friends at LE Fence.
Hey guys, it's Ron with LE Fence here, standing in front of one of our big water gaps that we built down here in South Texas. Essentially, you want to build this anytime you've got a water source coming through your property. You want to have this because you want to keep animals in your property in, or animals from coming into your property out. So in order to do that, you got to build a nice support structure, keep your braces out of your main source of water flow, and then you want to go ahead and build your top rail for your water to, or your gate to hinge off of for your water to flow, about 1 foot to 2 feet over that. This is so that when we get a 4 to 11 inch rain, gonna have a lot of water and a lot of debris rushing through here at a very quick pace. If you don't have something that can handle and tolerate that, you're gonna lose your fence line. Then you're gonna lose any animals you got in there, and that's not what we want. So here at LE Fence, we specialize in making water gaps. It's one of the favorite things we get to do. We encounter a lot of fun challenges with it, and with that, we've got many years of experience doing this. So please give us a call. Information's at the bottom of the page. Look forward to hearing from you guys.
The Deer Farming Channel is brought to you in part by Record Rack Deer and Elk Feeds. Yeah, I'm trying to find Landmark though. I mean, he'll be the most bashful one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're lucky to get the cloud cover for doggone sure. And I mean, I'm proud of you, what you've done in this pen. I mean, look at this. This is good. Yeah. I mean, these guys, we're going to show you a buck. Landmark is in here somewhere, but these are yearlings. And you know, the deal is when you start breeding deer and you start, you try to figure out, everybody wants to know immediately kind of, how's it look? You don't know for 2 years. Yeah. I mean, so literally breeding decisions are made by deer breeders like looking 2 years in advance. So this is your really first crop of yearling bucks based upon the breedings that we did, that strategically were made.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Well, there's some really pretty deer in here, and I know Landmark, there he is. Right there. Wow.
Yeah, he's a pretty sucker, isn't
he? He is as pretty as everybody said. Every farm I've been going to so far this year has been saying, wait till you see Landmark, wait till you see Landmark, and now I know why. I mean, that's the look of a deer.
Yeah.
That really is, that's the way a deer is supposed to look. I mean, now that deer, you know, we talk about partnerships all the time on the show, and how people are getting in the industry. People that are already in the industry are making partners on deer. And Landmark, you've actually got a partner on Landmark. Tell everybody about that.
So Cole Wolf gave us a call about 2 years ago, and at the time he was partnered with
Gary.
Mm-hmm. And you know, Gary just decided he wanted to get out of it, and Cole called us and said, hey, you want to partner on Landmark? 100%. Hey, let's bring him to our farm and let's start rolling. And
we filmed him last year here.
Yep. And it's been a great partnership. You know, and Landmark's he's just now finally showing his 2-year-olds the production of his 2-year-olds.
Yep.
And we got a really awesome looking group.
Well, he's starting to get proven now.
Yes.
Okay, so we can look in the registry and we can see how many offspring he's got and who all's been breeding him and all, and we can take a look at these yearlings in here, some of them out of him?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I mean, you've got some really nice yearling bucks. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these guys. I mean, they're pretty. I mean, some of these guys are really nice and framing.
Yeah, no, we're really proud of them for, again, our first big group here. We really can't ask for more.
Okay, so let's address something right quick. There's talk in the industry that y'all are moving, okay? And this show is actually being filmed in the early September, okay, of 2020, and this show will air in 2021. To let you know that if you want to come see any of the deer that Keeper Ranch has got, you're not going to be coming here.
Yep.
Where are they going to be going?
We're moving to Bryant, Texas.
Okay. And tell them why.
You know, my owner's family roots and where he kind of grew up, and And as soon as he found the property, he fell in love with it. And so that's where the move kind of all came about.
Man, I'll tell you what, y'all have to come out and you have to see these deer, but you're going to be going to Bryant, Texas. Right now, this facility is in Page, Texas. Okay, and Page is just outside of Bastrop a little bit. But so Bryant, Texas is actually Central Texas. Thank you for having us out.
Thank you, Keith.
And I mean, this is, like I said, the second year that we've been out here. And thank you all for watching. If you're watching online, you got any questions or comments, you know what to do, go ahead and post them below. If you're not watching online, head on over to our YouTube channel, which is what most people wind up doing. They watch your shows over and over and over again to find out what everybody else is doing in the industry. And so make sure and subscribe while you're there. I'm Keith Warren, and we'll see you next time.